So hey guys, today we're going to try to find a clever way to play with the new Millennium cards. So Millennium cards, they're actually pretty insane in terms of consistency, just surprisingly enough. If we go ahead and stock up on everything, we have Heart of the Blue Eyes, we have 3 Ankh, 3 Sengenjin, and then we have 3 Wedju, and then there it is. Well, let's see actually. If we search Exodia, maybe they should mostly pop up. I guess they in fact did not mostly pop up. Okay, so then we have uh Shield of the Millennium Dynasty, Golem that guards the Millennium Treasures, and I think that's everything that's kind of like a combo starter. So the thing about all of these guys is that, well, not all of them are one cards, but the majority of them are one cards. So the Melody of Awakening Dragon adds up to 2 dragon monsters with 3,000 or more attack and 3,500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So yeah, Heart of the Blue Eyes just meets that criteria. And if you run this as a 3 of, you can just add 2 copies of Heart of the Blue Eyes. Heart of the Blue Eyes adds Ankh. Yeah, you can just do this. And I believe this is in maybe the structure. Yeah. Okay, Blue Eye structure. Yep. So we don't have to craft those. But yeah, we can do this to search Heart of the Blue Eyes. So that's just combo, I guess. And if we open Heart of the Blue Eyes, that's just combo as well. So if we only account for Heart of the Blue Eyes plus Melody, then we're at, let's see. This would be 6 starters, essentially, putting us at, assuming we're playing a 40 card deck, about a 50-ish% chance of just opening combo already. But Shield of the Millennium Dynasty here, we can place this and special summon this card to add Ankh. So we can just do this to grab Ankh, just from hand. Cool. And there's also Golem that guards the Millennium Treasures. This grabs us Wedju, which can then just set Shield of the Millennium Dynasty. And we can do that. You grab Ankh, just special summon this, but this is not a 1-card combo. This would require another monster in hand. So in terms of combos, this is like 2-card combo, but it still gets you to the Ankh, which is just essentially what you might as well consider full combo. So that's 6, 12 cards, 15 cards. And then there is Sengenjin, which can search any Millennium monster from your deck to your hand. So it can search Heart of the Blue Eyes, it can search Shield of the Millennium Dynasty, whatever. So this will end up getting you, once again, the Ankh, eventually allowing you to summon the unstoppable Exodia Incarnate, and this is a pretty nasty little boss monster here. So there are a lot of different little quirks here. So we have cannot be destroyed by an opponent's card effects, which is probably the least relevant thing here. It's just annoying in the mirror, because your removal is like destruction. Once per turn. If this card battles during damage calculation, you can make this card gain attack equal to your life points. Then we have once per turn when a spell, trap card, or effect is activated, quick effect. You can negate that activation. Soft once per turn once again. During the end phase, you can set 1 Exod or obliterate spell trap from your deck. Once again, soft once per turn during your standby phase. Lose 1,000 life points. So every single effect on this is soft once per turn, and not hard once per turn. The second thing worth taking note of is if your opponent is at 8,000 life points and they were to triple tactics talents take this, they can literally just, well, assuming your board is like clear, right? It's just empty. They can just attack you for game after hitting you with the talents, which is funny, I suppose. But aside from that, you have a spell, trap card, negate. This specifically negates activation, which is much better than a negate effect. So that's pretty cracked for reasons. And then you also have the ability to set an Exod or obliterate spell trap from your deck, which kind of good, I guess. So obliterate, I think, well, to an extent, like they're both fairly good, I suppose. So With Exiled Fires of Rage, this is destroy all cards your opponent controls, so it's essentially, you can think of this as like Zeusing only your opponent's board, which is just pretty nasty, I suppose. And this is on-demand quick effect, right? So really nasty. And then we have Obliterate, which is also a quick effect, more or less. And this allows you to return a monster on the field from the field to the hand. And this is not explicitly just your opponent's cards. You can do this on your own as well. So you can send a Forbidden One monster or Exodia card from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you return that target to the hand. So if we pair that with Exiled Fires of Rage, you can technically use Obliterate 10 times in one duel. And also, this does in fact have a hard once per turn, so that would be over the course of like actually 10 turns. And we would only need one Exiled Fires of Rage to really do this, but if we were to be playing 3, then we could do this 20 times, I think. Yeah. But if we were to throw in like a Dispatter, well, I mean, you're probably going to be like kind of dead from the Exodia, maybe actually, before it gets like that late into the game. But yeah, technically, if we were to also run Dispatter, this banishes to shuffle back, so we could have Dispatter actually shuffle back Exod in order to activate its effect, and then this would be back in the deck for you to reset with Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate again. So the main thing I'm going to be worried about in the long term here is just going to be like my own life points, maybe, and that depends on if I really want to make usage out of the Obliterate or not, but if I don't, it's probably just fine, right? But right now, let's see real quick. I'm curious about this. What is the stat line on this? How do you spell this card even? Oh, this isn't the card I wanted to see anyways. Alright. Centurion Gargoyle 2. Your stat line is not quite right to be searched. Good to know. But yeah, basic idea I have here is that if you activate Millennium Ankh, this forces you to specifically shuffle back all the monster cards. So you would have, right? So that would be the monsters on the field. So if we're a little bit clever with it, there are technically ways we could kind of bypass this restriction. So the first thing I thought of that would be kind of goofy is if we actually utilized SP Little Knight. So SP, we won't need its effect to banish here. So idea is pretty simple. So let's assume we hard open Sengenjin, and that's where we start with our Exodia combo. So we'll go Sengenjin effect to add maybe Shield, and then we'll special summon Shield to add Ankh, then we'll link off both of these for like an SP, and we have yet to perform our normal summon, so we'll just do, essentially, we're looking at full combo maybe, and hopefully this combo we're going to be forcing our opponent to somehow activate a monster effect, so we can then use SP to banish 2 of our end board pieces until the end phase. So this could be just about anything aside from maybe a link monster, I guess, because we're summoning SP, but I guess we can always summon SP later, I suppose. So idea of maybe, I don't know how you would get there exactly, but let's say we're playing Swordzel with this, because sure, why not? We can, well, I'm not sure 100% how we're triggering the SP right now, but let's say on our board we have Yugioh and Baron. So then we're going to just simply banish Yugioh and Baron with SP effect, and then the SP will get returned, right? I think it's returned. Shuffle, face up, yeah. This will get returned to the extra deck, so it's not really that big of a deal. So we can still make SP later in the duel. But yeah, this will shuffle back just the SP, and then the Baron and the Yugioh will come back during the end phase. And then we'll be able to have on our end board, in this case, the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate, and then we'll have like yugioh Baron. So yeah, that's the general idea I had. And it's not that bad because this deck just doesn't take your normal summon, so why not, I suppose. Well, how can we force our opponent to activate a monster effect, or just any type of effect at all? Well, it's any effect, but I think the most convenient one is probably monster effect. So, technically, if we were to want to force one, what would be the most convenient one? Well, click and echo doesn't really do anything, right? If we were to link this off, what's this do? Nothing, it doesn't activate. Okay. So I guess it's probably like Kenningen. Aside from that, I can't think of anything we can really utilize here. But would that mean we would need another engine that can play off just special summons? Maybe. Also, that this sets them as a face-up continuous spell and not a trap, so that doesn't fully work with Centurion. But other idea, pretty simply, is to play this and run it with Centurion, I guess. So the idea with running it with Centurion is pretty simple. We're probably hoping to, let's see, we're probably hoping to grab, I guess, Primera plus Trudea and put these two in the back row. And then next turn, maybe we can Phalanx, bring back a Legacia, and that'll be nice. And then we can get Legacia pop, and then maybe make Crimson Dragon into Cosmic Blazer, question mark. Something like that is probably pretty doable. I guess, yeah, we can link off Legacia to make like SP, and then SP will get shuffled back, or we can link off for a bunch of different link 2s that just do something, I guess. We just really need this in the graveyard, I suppose. And hopefully we have a way to get both of these onto the field. So we have to... the weird part is that normally you have like Legacia or Auxilia to reset the second guy. So Trudea will put itself in the back row, and then we need to magically somehow also put Primera in the back row, so that is just slightly problematic, just very slightly, but in general, I think it's not too impossible or too necessarily difficult to pull off. Other thing I guess worth mentioning is that Ankh actually does not properly summon Exodia, so that's a little bit awkward. But aside from that, you can actually cheat out the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate, so there is also the idea of maybe we can, if we were playing specifically the horse build, like a horse build actually, yeah, we could be doing like horse stuff, and if we play the gimmick puppet stuff I kind of like looked at, right, we could, it takes like a few garnets, I guess, like one-ish. We can actually use the gimmick puppet Fanatics Mechanics to give our opponent a monster that we have. So we could give our opponent Imseti, Glory of Horus. And the reason we would do that is because this is also a dark spellcaster. So it'll be summoned negated, I suppose, but we can technically then use Metaltronus to then special summon the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. And then I suppose in an ideal world, maybe we would be able to then trigger SP to banish the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. And then specifically SP does not special summon guys back, it returns. So this will be returned and it will no longer be negated. So that's kind of neat. And I guess you could do this in like a build that just plays Metaltronus, right? And if not SP, we could just flip it face down and then back face up, potentially. I'm not 100% certain on how you would do that, but I mean, I'd say it's in the realm of possibility. Technically, you could also do this to summon Nat Beast instead. I'm not 100% sure if there's like a horse card that aligns well enough with, well, not Nat Beast, but Natria Exterio, right? So this is Earth Beast, 2,800 attack, 2,400 defense. We quickly check up the horse cards. I know they have like a Earth. How much do you have in common? Winged Beast. Fairly close. But no dice. I don't think. Yeah, right. So those were some ideas I had. Aside from that, I mean, it'd be easy to play like a back row heavy deck, like maybe Paleo, but then it has anti-synergy with the Wedju, which is awkward. Aside from that, how else can we kind of slide some cheats here to kind of get our monsters to summon? Or have like actual boss monsters alongside Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. Well, I think SP is probably the best thing I could come up with here. Aside from that, you would have to like summon all of the boss monsters on the following turn, which is a little bit rough to do, I suppose. So like with Centurion, that you'd kind of be able to do that. Well, yeah. This specifically shuffles, right? I think there was some card that makes it so that if you would return cards, it banishes them instead, which might potentially have some application. I think that might only be useful with like Kushtira for the most part. Speaking of Kushtira though, actually, Kushtira does have one option to get like a Rise Heart. You can special summon it back with Prep, I guess. That's about it. Aside from that, I can't really think of anything super great here. Yeah. Actually, wait a second. What was that card called again? Duality. Wait a second. Tribute one light or dark monster. Special summon one light or dark monster from your hand or extra deck with the same original type and level, but a different original attribute. Oh. Wait. I don't remember if you can search this or not. I don't think you can, right? But wait. Can't we just use this to cheat out the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate? Oh. Yeah. That's a lot less complicated, huh? I don't know, like, what level 10 light we would have. That also happens to not be a spellcaster. A level 10 light something monster doesn't necessarily have to be an extra deck monster. A level 10 light monster. I mean, I guess we'll real quick just go over it. Light level 10. Jizukiru. Get Iron. 8 out of 10. A to Z. Divine Dragon. Hito no Makia. This card is like really Gigadome, isn't it? Okay. Eldlik the Mad Golden Lord. Wait, isn't Eldlik level 10 actually? Huh. That kind of works. Thunder Dragon Titan is also level 10, I suppose. The Tistina cards, you might have some as well. Chaos Angel is a dark, unfortunately. And then Monadium Prime Heart, Master Hyperion, Ascension Sky Dragon, Violent Omega, Fabled Leviathan. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot going here. Light and Darkness Dragon. Actually, kind of based. Imagine tributing Light and Darkness Dragon Lord in order to summon Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. Kind of based. Enlightenment Dragon, Rajan, Onaris, Evoked Elysium. This is actually kind of reasonable, I think, maybe. Yeah. I can see that happening. Wait, what's this card do exactly, though? Well, this face up on the field, this card is pretty much every attribute once per turn. Quick effect, target one invoke monster you control or in your graveyard banish it, and all monsters your opponent controls with the same attribute as that monster. Oh. That effect's actually kind of good, I guess. And we would be summoning a second invoked monster though, right? Hammond. Hammond's actually really easy to get out, surprisingly enough. Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. That's pretty reasonable as well. All Eyes Phantom Dragon. Oh, that's not the card I thought this was, but okay, I guess. Oh, Dream Defender. The Nemluria cards are light level 10s as well, so we could technically do stuff with that. Carnet, not that great. Not that great. Lord of Missing Barrows. I'll say that this is kind of awkward, so probably not. Hmm. Well, for the most part, the most viable card I see among these are the Nimblary cards. Zelda cards, probably. So yeah, I guess that's all I got for you guys today. And maybe some level adjustment is necessary. I think there's some cards that do level adjustment, but yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.